today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, this is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Houston Texans taking on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints.
To kick off for New Orleans.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out comes Deshaun.
Heisman trophies if the ballot had come after the national championship games that he and Clemson played against Alabama. But when you watch him on the field, you realize why coordinators and head coaches want to bend their offense to his talents, because when he's got the ball in his hands, he can be magical at times.
40 seconds to match.
On first down, it's Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Out of the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left.
Progressions, not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we see quarterback Drew Brees and his New Orleans offense set to go on attack here for the first time.
Total relentlessness of consistency. Almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice after every throw, he resets his feet, visualizes all the other options on a play. So if he has to do it in a game, it's already there, has the muscle memory. I've started calling him AI for artificial intelligence. Whatever defense does during a game, he absorbs it and then uses it against them as the game moves on.
Throwing on first down is Brees. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
23 yards, the final tally.
3 yards.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing? And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Second down.
26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end. He secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9.
At the 34-yard line.
Breeze going to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he works down. So first and 10 now from the 30. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the Texans' 25-yard.
Again, it's Breeze. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. The quick slant caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Breeze able to hook up with Jared Cook, and the Saints have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Deshaun Watson, the Texans offense, trot back out. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On second and 10, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, 75 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
For the extra point.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. We're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range in time. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action, it's Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a play fake. Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence.
New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, now Breeze. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action, Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Traquan Smith. Incomplete. Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's 3rd down.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Breeze on the bootleg. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Fairbairn to kick off.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Here the Saints and Drew Brees march out there again on offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. To throw, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind. Throwing now is Breeze. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Man, while it didn't work, I really can't fault him for trying it.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill there to make the grab. And the Saints have retaken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Fielded in the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
37-yard line.
Watson to give. This is Johnson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
41. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Watson now on 3rd down. He's got his target. It's Cobb.
And he is going to have a Texans first down.
Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down.
From the red zone now, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
At the Saints' 15-yard line.
Watson now to throw. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have
Get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason. season.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Breeze able to hook up with Jared Cook, and the Saints have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time, and that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Watson. And now he'll... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the thing next week in practice, it's going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw here.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Breeze to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Breeze able to hook up with Jared Cook. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. After the touchdown,
about 7 yards deep. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. down by 9. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. Now Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. David Onyemata in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller taking it in. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Texans.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't.
The data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Breeze is looking to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Now Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that.
Prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal. Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know, this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.